In this video, I'm going to cover the removal and the application process. I just want to show you how easy it is, but also how important it is to do it properly, so as not to damage your nail or to maybe lose your manicure more quickly than you should be. So just going to go ahead and start with the removal process. And on my website, the official Jamberry video says that you can remove them with soap and water or soaking them in nail polish remover, but I find the gentlest way to use some oil. So you could use coconut oil or olive oil, whatever you have at home. I personally use the Jamberry cuticle oil, which is primarily made of almond oil. It smells amazing. It is so good for your nails. What I do is I just put it on the cuticle like this. And I want to show you, first of all, my nails right now. These have been on, this is day 10, and they still look amazing. But, and that's with gardening, cooking, dishes, wrangling a toddler, but it's time for them to change because I'm ready for a new design. So I have the oil on my nail, and you just get your heat source going. I'm using the Jamberry mini heater, and you just want to heat the oil on your nail just a few seconds. Doesn't need to be anything crazy. And once that's nice and warm, you want to take an orange stick and just try to get up under the edge of the nail and break the seal. And work that oil under the wrap. So as you can see, the wrap is starting to lift, and you just want to go around all the edges. Work the oil. If it's starting to toughen up on you, just heat it up again. And slowly, gently work the wrap off your nail. And that's it. No damage. You might have a little bit of residue on your nail, but that'll come off with the nail polish remover or just, soap and water, and then the rubbing alcohol, which is what we're going to use to prep our nails. And if you wash your hands with dish soap, that'll take the oils off even more. So if you have oily skin, I recommend being really careful about your preparation for application, because then you'll get the most out of your wraps. So I have some other vacant nails. The first step is to take your alcohol pad, and you want to prep the nail with some rubbing alcohol, again, to remove oils. So I'm just going to hit all of them. Make sure it's nice and clean. And while that's drying, I take a cuticle pusher and make sure to push the cuticle back, because if the wrap rests on your cuticle at all, it's not going to get that seal around the edge, and it's going to shorten the life of your manicure. Okay, so now I'm ready. I take my sheet, and with that clear backing, you can hold it up to your nail to see which size might fit you best. And don't worry if your nails don't fit these exactly. They're really easy to trim and get them down to the right size that you'll need. So I take the orange stick then and tease up one end of the wrap, get it up about halfway, adhere it to the orange stick, and then with small nail scissors, I clip just above the orange stick. So there I have my wrap, and I'm going to grab it, but you want to make sure not to touch the adhesive side with your fingers at all, because that's going to ruin the adhesion with your oils. So I'm just going to grab the end, which I'm trimming off anyway. Get my heater back up and running. And you just want to use put it in front of the heat, adhesive side to the heat for just a few seconds until it starts to look a little soft, but you don't want it to curl. That means you've used a little too much heat. And then you just line it up on your nail, again avoiding the cuticle. And you want to work from the middle of the wrap and just press it down and then kind of roll out towards the sides of your nail. And one trick that I've learned is if your nails are kind of curvy, you just grab the excess and you pull and kind of stretch it around the tip of your nail, and that'll help kind of fit it to your nail a little better. And just rub it onto your nail really well. Make sure it's got a good bond. Then I hold my hand towards me so I can see my nail, and with the scissors just kind of roughly trim some of that excess off. And you want to heat it one more time. A little longer this time because you're working through the top of the wrap. Don't burn yourself. And then just give it one more good rub. Making sure that the sides aren't touching any skin. If they are, while the wrap is hot, you could try to lift it and trim and reposition. And once it's good and sealed to your nail, I usually do this step on all of my nails and then file, because if you file a warm wrap, it's likely to damage it. So you want to at least let it cure for a couple of minutes. So that you don't get lifting at the tips. But if you do find that your wraps are wearing back at the tips, that could be one of your problems. But then the next step would be to just take a file, and you never want to go side to side, and you never want to go up and down. You just want to go down at a 90-degree angle so that you're filing off that excess wrap. And again, if you're having lifting issues at the tip of your nail, it might be that you're doing it too aggressively, or too much of an angle towards your nail, and that'll wear back the edge. So just 90 degrees, kind of gently downward motions. And you're going to see that excess start to kind of roll off your nail. I don't know if you can see. Yep, there's that excess coming off. Once all of that is off, you could do one more heat and rub, but that's my last step. I'm good to go, and that's how easy Jamberry application is. What I love about it is that you don't have a dry time, you don't have smudging to worry about. You can, interrupt a manicure potentially, go do something like my son inevitably gets in trouble. I have to, take a break and go wrangle him, but I can still do my nails while he's awake because I don't have to worry about the fumes or the smudging and all the different coats that are necessary. This is it. That's all you have to do. And if you have to stop and come back, you just maybe take your alcohol pad and give your fingernails once over just to get those oils off, and then you're good to go. So that's all there is to it. I hope you guys have fun putting on your samples.